Welcome to Daryl's Little Corner. We'll be with you every night, Monday nights from 7 till 8. Now I thought tonight we might do a little craft. I just thought it'd be interesting. Now I've already put newspaper on my table. Now just any kind of newspaper, print, it doesn't matter, just something to protect your table. If you don't, now this is, the next time you go to use your table, you'll be fooling with lumps of glue and stuff. Now I've already plugged up my hot glue gun. It's already hot and ready. And we're raring to go. Now, the crafting, we've talked about this before. Crafting is the art of making something out of nothing. Something usable out of something that, for my part, just some little nearly nothing, something real cheap. Or if you're going to have to spend enough to make the thing, to have bought one, you're better off just go buy it. Now, if it doesn't save you money, if it's not, now sometimes it's not cheap, but it's something that is not readily available at the store. So you can't just run out and buy it. So that makes a difference too. But it's making something out of something that wouldn't either you can't get or something that would be wasted. Now that's, to me, that's what crafting is. Now tonight I was looking at these old DVD blanks. Now we use a lot of them at the station. Ron provides my DVD blanks for this program, to make the program. We use a tremendous amount of DVD blanks. Now a CD that you buy that gets scratched, it's burned, what do you do with it? You chunk it. Well, when I make a clip, now like today, this should only take a couple of CDs. Well, DVDs. They'll only take a couple. But when I make a program that's got the clips, you know, that's got, like a few weeks ago, I showed one that showed our storms and the flooding that we had. Well, that clip, you have to make one with the sound, one with the picture, and then you put it together. And time that you get an hour program, you've probably used 6 or 8 that can't be used again. Well, we throw them away. Toss them. Okay, that's a lot of waste. So I was thinking, what could we do with them? You say, well, I don't make programs. No, but you go to town and you buy your favorite singer a CD or some of them are DVDs. You watch videos, and during that time, maybe the kids drop it in the floor or just put in the player a little rough and it scratches and it's ruined. What do you do with it? You go buy another one, you chunk it. Okay, that's what we're using tonight. That's what we're using. And there's several things that you can do with them. One thing, if you have grandchildren, you probably have lots and lots of wasted DVDs or CDs or whichever. CD or DVD, it doesn't matter which. Okay, you probably have bunches of them if you have grandchildren, because they're little, you know, the kids, the things get scratched. It just happens. And what you can do, if you're sitting around now, where you have, my children are all grown, and I don't have children. I mean, they're grown-ups. Well, but I have grandchildren, and if I was sitting around and some of my grandchildren were going to come visit, I don't have any toys here. I have no reason to buy toys, and I don't buy any. So I was thinking something for them to play with. Well, this doesn't have anything, it's just plain. What you can do, you can use anything that will mark on them. You can use colored nail polish. I have all kinds of colors. This day and time, we all have brilliant color nail polish, green and blue and red and pink. You can do that. But when you do that, you draw on it, then let's face it, you've drawn on it, you have got to wait for it to dry. Well, magic markers will do it. And you say, well, you keep magic markers. Yeah, I do. But I don't have colors, so I borrowed a couple from Ron. I have a green, and what you do, right on the silver side. Now, if this is a bought one, you're probably going to use this side. It doesn't matter, But you just start drawing. Just start drawing and color it in. Color. Okay, you do a streak of green. I'm not a very good artist. I probably won't do very pretty. You'll probably do much prettier than I will. But you say, just color it to suit yourself. If you don't have anything but a black one, you might just take it and go round and make like a spiral that gets larger as it goes around. I'm just really not a terribly good artist myself. Others do much better than I do at drawing. But I'm going to use these three colors. You say, why them three? Because it's what I've got. Then I've got them because that's what Ron had. I just use black ones. I don't ever buy the others. I don't know. It's just what's handy. Just what you can do with what you've got. And say you see it? Not very good at it. Kids don't care. Little kids don't care. You can, if you're a mind to, you could draw and add some jewels to it. And that would take care of it. Now, I'm just going to go bigger as I get bigger. You say, well, you're sure not an artist. Well, I'm sure not. Surely not an artist. I'm just going to go all the way around that one and see what it does. And then you're going to, and be sure if you're using these to put the lid back on. You wouldn't know how I know that, do you? Yeah. That's how I know that, yes. Okay, and I'm going to go a bigger one. Bigger and bigger. Just color it up to suit yourself. I'm just going to scribble mine on there so we can make good time. I know y'all going to get tired of watching me scribble on a DVD. But that's how it's done. You can get this way. Now, if you've got a blank like this one, if you're a mind to, you can do both sides. I'm not a great artist, so I don't know that I'll do that. But you do want to have some kind of a design or something. They're real cute if you can do that where it gets bigger and bigger, but I'm just not terribly talented in that direction. We can tell I'm not an artist. But sure would be nice. I'm just going to scribble these out. Let's say when it turns, the colors blend together. And see, this magic marker dries in nothing flat. That's the reason I chose. You can use what you've got. And if the kids are coming in a hurry, you don't have a lot of time to mess with it. Okay, you probably got an empty polish bottle. Now I'm going to use one that's got polish in it. What you do, you set it down, upside down, over, and then put your lid on. Just put your lid on it. Screw it down tight. What is that? Have you ever played with a top? Yep. Now, it doesn't turn real well on these papers, but on a floor, it does. And see how the colors, let's see if I can twirl them. See, you kind of twirl them colors. Even though they're not on, they're real pretty. It'll do. It'll do. use an empty nail polish ball. Just twirl it, make an old-timey top. And you'll be surprised how long that'll keep a grandchild busy. That's just one little thing. Another way that you could use these, you could, if you're mine too, I'm just going to turn this one over. Do you remember when we did the wire wrap jewelry? Well, I have some of the wire wrap gems left. And you might actually pick out some and hot glue them on there. Now this hot glue is pretty good stuff. And it'll stick good enough to keep a kid from getting it off. It'll do that. Another stick. You always have to have backup sticks. You always run out of hot glue. Now be sure and put them on there evenly where your weight will be even. Because if your weight's not even, then it won't twirl right. But your weight has to be even. And you can, now this is, you'd be surprised. You think, well, a grandkid wouldn't think about playing with it. They will. When they're there and you don't have any toys, and yeah, they may not want one to take out with them. But I guarantee you they'll have a ball. Sometimes it's worth a lot just for them to be busy and not driving you crazy. Now you say, well, now I could put this back on this nail polish bottle, but I have some of these big stones, so you don't have a nail polish bottle. You can just glue that over the hole. That's all you gotta do is hot glue it on there. Like that right there. They'll dry in a few minutes. Alright, now just for it to look nice, put one on the other side. Like that. Now, does that look like something a child would play with? Well, it does to me. What does it do? Let's see if we can do it on this table. Just like the other, just goes round and around. You can put different color stones on it. It just goes round, let's see, round and round like a top. Well, I might have to look paper that. Alright, watch close. Let's see, well, you can't watch till you see it. Alright, so you just swoop it around. Let's see.
Did you know that 97% of all customers, your potential customers, go to an online site before making a purchase? Now, if these potential customers can't find your business name, you're missing out on a huge chunk of the purchasing market. What you need is a customized mix of mobile, social media, and resource solutions. What you need is DixieNet for outstanding web hosting and web design. You'll be in the driver's seat with an all-new user-friendly control panel. With a website from DixieNet, you can update new products or services, showcase special events, and advise your current or potential customers as to what's happening. Whether you're a big business or a small one, need a new website or need to update an existing one, call DixieNet at 800-918-9023. That's 800-918-9023. DixieNet, bringing the world to your hometown.
When I realized that I had to go into a nursing home, I wanted to choose one that was clean and had a staff that could give me personal attention, and that is why I chose Rest Haven.
At Rest Haven Health and Rehab, we want our residents to feel at home and welcome. That's why we like to do home-like environment, and they get 24-hour nursing care.
This is my second trip to Rest Haven, and that was by choice. It is far better than any nursing home you'll find in the tri-state area. The staff, nurses, none better. So If I had another chance to go to a nursing home, it will be right here at Rest Haven.
Come visit your local Food Giant grocery store. We have a wide variety of meats, produce, and deli entrees, all at discount prices.
At Sism's Electrical and Plumbing, we do residential, commercial, and industrial. There's no job too big or too small, and we provide 24-hour emergency service. Contact us at 662-993-8965 or 662-587-2968. That's Sism.
Having financial difficulties and don't know where to turn? Call your friends at Capital Loans, 1322 City Avenue North in Ripley. Capital Loan offers the all-exclusive 30-day loan. Pay back in 30 days and keep your interest costs low. We offer monthly installment loans. With your financial situation, we can help. Come by or call Capital Loans today at 1322 City Avenue North, 837-9193. Capital Loans, best money in town.
Here. See? Now a child will enjoy that. Kids enjoy that kind of stuff. You just teach them, see them sit down there and teach them how to twirl it. I just do it this way. You can do it this way. But all it takes, I put 2 big stones, you can use the small ones, and I put 4, but be sure that you weight them evenly. If they're not weighted evenly, they won't twirl right. See, it makes a top. How many of you played with tops when you were a child? I remember playing with a top. And I thought, well, that would be a neat way to use something that would be thrown away. But I just thought that was a neat thing for tonight. Well, now I got the junk all thrown out. Let's see. Okay. Well, only so many tops that we're going to make. So you say, well, we're going to do the rest of them DVDs. I don't know. Let's see. Let me think of something. Think. Oh, mercy. Okay. Here's something. Here's pretty material. What is that? It's called junk. It's called something that would be thrown away. It's a scrap off of a dress I made. And what we're going to do, we'll take this pencil. It's easier if you just take a pencil and go around your DVD so that you can have a mark. I'm bad to try to eyeball it, but it's better if you don't eyeball it. All right. You only need 1 thickness, but my scissors cut better with 2. And you cut on that mark and cut you out a circle. And you truly just need 1 layer. But if you cut them out 2 at a time, you can make 2 of these coasters. How many times has someone come to your house and set a glass or a can of Coke or something, or a cold drink, something, on your furniture? Oh, that is a no-no at my house. But what we're going to do is make coasters out of old wore-out DVD. Here's a circle of cloth. Now you can take tacky glue or any kind of paste. And what we're going to do is get it to come out of the jar. That's what we're going to get it to do. Maybe we're not. Maybe we'll do it the other way. If it won't squirt, I guess you pour it. That's what you do. That'll be nice and messy. Nice and messy. Don't get it on too thick, because it'll soak through your cloth. You say, look who's too thick. Yep, that's me. Yep. Okay. what you do, how come it won't go through this thing here, is because what we do is take that and spread it around with it, and that makes it clog up. Yeah. Yep, that's what we do, that's what we do. Okay. Now, you could always wipe the excess off on the newspaper. Newspaper's the handiest thing when you're doing crafts. I'm going to use a little scrap here. Just like you would use, sort of like you'd use a paintbrush, because you don't want it too close. You want it to the edge, but you don't want it too thick. And I'm going to paint it just like you was painting it with a brush. There we go, and that way you don't have too much. So let me scrap bucket. And just paste your circle of material down on the top. Just paste it down there. Make sure it goes to all of the edges. Just like that. Now, you say, well, is that going to do? It's got to come out right on the edges. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this excess cloth and use it to buffer it out. Make sure you don't have air bubbles, no air bubbles. Air bubbles are a lost cause, that's a bad thing. Right there, right there. Okay, then I'm going to lay this, I'm going to use this extra one that I cut. And I'm going to cut a piece. Now I happen to have a piece of felt. If you don't have any felt and you say, well, I don't really want to spend a lot of money, which I sure don't, what I would do, I'd take an old wore out washcloth and cut me a circle out of it, and it will work. Because really what you're doing is getting this water, this glass of water or whatever, up off of your furniture. There we go. Okay, the piece of felt that I happen to have is black. So I'm going to have a black bottom on mine. That'll be alright. Doesn't matter. You cut a square as round as you can. You can probably do it better than I do because I'm not very good at it. Then you turn it over on the other side and you do the same. You just stop. I say we'll take our lid off because this one's stopped up already. It doesn't take me long. Now this is just so Elmer's glue is all this is. You can use tacky glue, you can use craft glue, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just glue. I'm going to use my same old paintbrush rag and smooth it out because you got to smear it all over the place. You say, well, what if it's not perfect? Well, who cares? Saves that table. I tell you, furniture, that's a major investment. Alright. Then I'm going to take this and you can just glue your felt down on it. Anything that sticks over, trim it off. You let it dry overnight. Now if you want to do fancy, if you want to be fancy, you could put some trim on it, like some braiding or something. But to me, I don't really want mine that fancy because all that's going to do is cause your glass to fall over. But when this dries, I'm going to let it dry overnight. And when it dries, you have a coaster that you can lay on your table and set your glass or cup on, and it protects your coffee table. Now if you're so minded to, you could put this felt on both sides, but I just chose not to. You just set it on there, and when it's dry, of course it'll dry out, it'll dry kind of stiff, but it will absorb the sweat off of the glass. So that's something that's number 2 we can do with old DVDs and scrap cloth. Now if you don't have the felt, I wouldn't go out and spend a lot of money on it. I'd use an old bath rag or a towel or something, cut a circle out of one that's going, sometimes they'll be wore out on one end, the other end's fairly well. I just use that. because it's just to protect your furniture. You say, well, Daryl, people think I'm cheap. Well, saving a dime at Daryl's local corner. So we actually have 2 ways to use our DVDs. There's 2. Here's a top, and here you paint it, or you can decorate it with stones, or you can use, of course, you can use the. Ooh, I might just sit and play with that thing there. Look at that. Yeah, we might just sit and play with that thing. But this, and then we're making a coaster to save our furniture. Saving some money at the little corner. This is Daryl Judah, and stay with us.
When I realized that I had to go into a nursing home, I wanted to choose one that was clean and had a staff that could give me personal attention, and that is why I chose Rest Haven.
At Rest Haven Health and Rehab, we want our residents to feel at home and welcome. That's why we like to do home-like environment, and they get 24-hour nursing care.
This is my second trip to Rest Haven, and that was by choice. It is far better than any nursing home you'll find in the tri-state area. The staff, nurses, none better. So if I had another chance to go to a nursing home, it will be right here at Rest Haven.
At Sism's Electrical and Plumbing, we do residential, commercial, and industrial. There's no job too big or too small, and we provide 24-hour emergency service. Contact us at 662-993-8965 or 662-587-2968. That's Sism.
Having financial difficulties and don't know where to turn? Call your friends at Capital Loans, 1322 City Avenue North in Ripley. Capital Loan offers the all-exclusive 30-day loan. Pay back in 30 days and keep your interest costs low. We offer monthly installment loans. With your financial situation, we can help. Come by or call Capital Loans today at 1322 City Avenue North, 837-9193. Capital Loans, best money in town.
Come visit your local Food Giant grocery store. We have a wide variety of meats, produce, and deli entrees, all at discount prices.
Did you know that 97% of all customers, your potential customers, go to an online site before making a purchase? Now, if these potential customers can't find your business name, you're missing out on a huge chunk of the purchasing market. What you need is a customized mix of mobile, social media, and resource solutions. What you need is DixieNet for outstanding web hosting and web design. You'll be in the driver's seat with an all-new user-friendly control panel. With a website from DixieNet, you can update new products or services, showcase special events, and advise your current or potential customers as to what's happening. Whether you're a big business or a small one, need a new website or need to update an existing one, call DixieNet at 800-918-9023. That's 800-918-9023. DixieNet, bringing the world to your hometown.
I was thinking that I do have one more idea for tonight. You say, well, okay. We got a DVD. Here's DVD. Yes, it is. We have hot glue. And I have a whole bunch. You remember when we did all that wire wrap jewelry? I have a whole bunch of these little stones left. Well, I tell you what I thought about doing. We're going to see if it works or not. If it don't work, you'll never see it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on the edge of this DVD. And we're going to start gluing with hot glue. Now, hot glue is your best bet on this because it's got to dry fast. Got to dry fast. And see, I'm going to stand it up and glue it on the edge like that. I'm going to go all the way around that edge of gluing. Now, I chose red because I had a bunch of them. You say, what in the world? We're going to make a candle holder. Yeah, we're going to make us a nice candle holder. Maybe you've got a special event coming up and you want to decorate, not be out a bunch. Well, let me tell you, you can get these little stones here. Now, I got a bunch of these at the Dollar Tree at New Albany for $1 a bag. $1 a bag. See, it's already shaping up. Can you see it? Okay, we're going to go all the way around and we're going to stack them up there. Because you got to hide your DVD. Nobody wants to come to a special party with and say, oh, well, I saw they had candles sitting on a DVD, you know, or a CD. But I wouldn't paint it or nothing. Now, if you're using a CD that used to be a singer or an artist, put that toward the bottom. Put the shiny part toward the top. It'll be fine. And we'll, there we go. These just do pretty well. This hot glue dries pretty fast. And it's really the way to go when you got to have something quick. Because now Elmer's and tacky glue and the craft glue, they have to sit overnight before they're really usable. And this, maybe you just thought of it. You want to have it at dinner time or something. Well then, this hot glue's the way to go. It really is. It's the best. So we'll go all the way around. Hope this works because I'd like for you to see it tonight. If it don't work, nobody will ever see it but me and Tate. That's it. We'll be the only ones. We just bury our mistakes. Bury them in the trash can. Oh, I'm telling you. It takes a good many of these little stones. Now you could use the larger stones, but look like to me that they would be harder to make stand up there. And you can use any color or you can mix your colors. But I thought red because when I put my candle in there and light it, it's going to give out that pretty red light. Well, it'd be kind of a pink light. But I think it would be nice if you were, say, a birthday party or a wedding or, you know, I've seen some real pretty things that people have made for special events like that, you know, weddings, and they especially go all out for wedding receptions. I tell you, you'd be surprised what people think of to do. You keep picking it up, or you might glue it to the table, and that wouldn't be a good thing. You say, how do I know that? Because I nearly did. You say, how many have I made? This is my first one. This may be my last. We don't know. We'll see how it works out. Look there, I came out to a perfect circle. Look there. Look at that. How lucky can I get? Okay, so let me show you what we've got. We have a DVD with a row of red stones on it. See, it looks kind of like almost like a crayon. Okay, now this will do with just about any size candle. And see, these stones are already pretty well fixed on there. But if you got one that don't seem snug enough, put your little glue behind it. Nobody's going to be looking on the inside of the candle holder because your candle will be on and it'll be hot. See, sometimes we just know how to do it, don't we? Okay, then we're going to stack another row. So here, now I've got the flat side to the inside. See, we're stacking on top, making the second row. And we're gonna go all the way around. And I'm setting them right in the middle, kind of like laying brick. I'm not putting them on the end of the stone below it. I'm putting them on that crease. You say why? Because that's where they stand up best. That's where they work best. You can put extra glue on the inside to hold. Now if you don't put extra glue on them, they're going to get pretty wavy time you get to the top. Just put some extra glue on the inside, stick them down. It'd be good to put some where they join. You know, kind of hold them in place. I put a little up on that stone that I just set in there too, on the side of it to help hold. Because you know they are round stones. I'm putting it in that little crease and on the sides. And what we'll do, I'm kind of laying them just whichever way that, you know, these are not, they're all round, but they're not really all shaped exactly alike. Can you see that? What we're going to do is put a little bit right on that edge and then down. Some of them are bigger than the others too. So they're not exactly all rounded either. But they go on pretty good. Just push it in that little. Once you get the row started, they're not hard to do. Be careful, don't mash your last row out of place. Say, would I do that? Yeah, I would. You probably not. Me, yeah. And I got a purple one in there. Make sure all your colors match. Sometimes when you get these, they're not all the same color in the pack. Even if they're supposed to be, they're not always. I tell you, I've had more fun with these old things, and they're just as cheap as they can be. I get them down at the Dollar Tree. You get a whole sack of them for $1. And you can use them for all kind of things. I make that wire wrap jewelry with it. I'm making this with them. You can, I mean, it's all kind of stuff you can do with it. Imagination is your guide. Go all the way around. Now, if you had like a red candle to put, now I don't have, but if you had a red candle, or even those little tea lights, you know, them little bitty candles that are not big as nothing, that are maybe about that high, you know, about that high. Sometimes those would be nice, but this is going to be a nice candle holder. And if you've got a party going, you might want to make 2 or 3 of them to set along the table, and you know, burn your candle in and keep anybody from messing with it. And they are safe. They are safe. No, this don't catch fire. You know, you have to be so careful with candles. People don't think about it. One time we went to a dinner at a relative's house, and it was a Thanksgiving, and we were having such a good time. We were all sitting around, and she had one of those little candles in a glass sitting up on the windowsill that's supposed to make your house smell good. But really, it smelled like all that cooked food would have smelled like anyway. It smelled pretty good to me, I'll just tell you. But she had it sitting up there, and we were all sitting there just eating away, and directly we heard something pop, and before she could get to it, it had broken the glass. And when it broke the little glass holder, it splattered out on that shelf, and it caught the window curtain. And I've thought many a time that if we had went off and left that, the house would have burned. So be very careful when you burn candles. They're pretty, they're beautiful, but you do have to be careful with them. Now we have 2 rows. See how it's shaping up? Now you could use it with 2 rows and set a small candle in the center, but somehow it's just needs a little more. Now I'm going to do all red, but you could put like a clear on top, or you could, you know what I do, I use what I've got. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use what I've got. I'm going to do this next row just like I did that row. I'm just going to go through here, and we're just going to drop these right there. Try to line them up where they pretty well round. You know, if it's not exactly round, it really don't matter. But when you got that candle burning in there, it's going to give out that red glow anyway. Be sure and stick your stones on there good, because you wouldn't want them to fall off during your dinner. That'd be embarrassing, like the window curtain catching fire. That was kind of big deal. I tell you it was. It didn't seem to upset the hostess, but I thought, oh my, of course my house burned one time, not from a candle, but my house burned one time, and I'm kind of scared of fire. So I'm not likely to go off and leave. You know, when the power goes off, I believe in flashlights. I've got a candle, a big old fat candle. Well, it's not as big as some of them I've seen. It would fit in this. It's about that big. And it's about that high. And it just, we've been burning it for about 12 years. That's how much I burn candles. I just believe in flashlights. I'd rather have a flashlight and know that it's not going to catch anything on fire. Flashlights don't burn the house down. Candles could. You say, would they? Well, yeah, if you're not watching them, they would. Because like I say, I just believe that if we had not been right there in the room, and truly, when we finished eating, we more than likely would have gone on in the other room, and it could have burnt the house down. Now that's a serious thing when you start burning the curtains off the walls. That's time to think about what you're doing. I know I'm dimmer now. My little light, my extra light has gone out. I guess the battery went down. But maybe you can still see. Everybody watching this program knows I'm not the best cameraman. I try to do most of them at the station where you've got all the lighting and everything there. Seems like they do pretty well that way. See how it's looking? Let's see. We'll just go all the way around. I'm putting them in the little bead part. Making sure I get it on the edge of the one that I just put there where it's got a little extra hole in the power. That takes a good bit of hot glue. Now I put a little on the inside. Like I say, I don't think anybody's going to be looking inside your candle holder. I just got my doubts about that. Now they might. But if you got a candle in there and it lit, I doubt. But this, it would look nice if you had one of the big old candles that just sat in it, maybe about that big around. And then again, like I say, I'm just planning on using this little candle. Make sure and put your flat side on the inside. You don't want the flat side on the outside. You want the flat side on the inside. Alrighty. It'll come around. It comes out pretty well even. Now, on this one, the last one, I'm going to make sure it's on both. It's on every edge. Because you want it to stay in there good. And like I say, these are not all the same size. And that makes a lot of difference. I'm going to pick for one of the larger ones. Because I want it to sit in there pretty snug. Alrighty. Right. Now, can you see that on a table, say at a wedding reception or a grandchild's birthday party? Pick all of your, hot glue has like spider webs. Be sure and pick all them off. Anything that shows between the stones is clear, so it's not hurting anything. And that protects the bottom of your candle because it's that DVD below. I thought that was a pretty neat thing. I sure did. And get it pretty well round. And I'm going to put this little candle in mine. But now, when you light this candle, that if you've got, now some of them are little candles about that, about like that. You put it down in there and it's going to shine out through that red and it's going to make a red light. Now if you're going to put it, we can put it a tad higher and it would do that with this one. So you can go as high or as low as you want to. Whatever color, these things, like I say, well there's our candle holder. Like I say, these things come in all colors. Now here, of course, I use the green, but you can use any color. You've got the side that I colored on, and then you got the side with the gems on it. Now to a child, they like bright stuff. But when you do it this way, they're watching all these colors melt together. Let me move that out of your way. Well, it's not do it off the table, is it? Yeah, do it in the floor. And see, it's like a kaleidoscope. You remember those kaleidoscopes? And your colors all run together. And on this side, of course, you got your stones that take it. So that's a pretty good little toy for a child. And I myself like this one better than I do the one on the nail polish. I wouldn't use polish that was open. I would use like an empty polish bottle. And I'll tell you something else just that I thought of myself. I'd open that up and I'd wipe that off with a paper towel and I would hot glue that lid. I put that on there if I wasn't going, if it's an empty bottle, go throw it away anyway. I would glue that lid down to where that I wouldn't have to worry about a child getting it open. Because kids mess with stuff. That's their nature. That's their nature. But we made a neat little toy out of something that is a throwaway. Now that's truly a throwaway thing. Neat little toy. And then we've made a coaster to save our furniture. And then we made this neat candle holder. These would make really, like I say, nice decorations. They're handy and they're very usable. Very usable.
Come visit your local Food Giant grocery store. We have a wide variety of meats, produce, and deli entrees, all at discount prices.
Now, got a little more light. It's kind of a fun thing. I'll show you again. Hold it up here, and you can do it this way. You spin it. A child likes that. We used to play with tops when I was a kid. All right, you can turn it over, and then you've got your drawing on. You know, we drew that on with magic markers. And you can do polish if you don't have any markers. And it'll go that way. Just turn it. All I did was glue 2 of these stones that you can get at Walmart or at Dollar Tree or any of your craft stores. I glued one on each side of the hole in the middle, and in these smaller ones, but make sure your smaller ones are across from each other, because you've got to balance your weight. All right, when you spin it this way, they help hold it up. And myself, I prefer this one over the one with the nail polish bottle. But you know, sometimes we just use what we've got. No, we do. We just use what we've got. But I've enjoyed doing this. We have a coaster. It's not a fancy coaster, but it will protect your table. They're as fancy or as plain as you make them. I just made mine plain today. You can put a little braid or a little trim around the edge or a little lace, or, you know, and you say, well, it'll get dirty, you can't wash it, we'll throw it away and make another one. It ain't got nothing in it, no way. Use felt on the bottom. If you don't have felt squares, worry about it. A wore out washcloth. Cut it out, anything to protect your table. And then this side, just glue you a piece of scrap of material. Maybe you say, well, I don't sew. Okay, not everybody does. If you don't sew, maybe you've got an old skirt that's wore out, or a pair of pants, or it's pretty. Cut the material out of that. So use what you got, honey. Just use what you got. Don't worry about it. Use what you got. And it will protect your table, make your furniture last longer and look pretty. Let it dry overnight. Now this is done with Elmer's glue. Everything else I did today, I did with hot glue. You know I'm addicted to hot glue. Then we made the candle. You say, why are you going back over it? Because somebody might not have got in on the start. This was made from these that you get at the Dollar Tree or Walmart or craft stores, Hobby Lobby. I'd be the cheapest place I could find it. Dollar Tree's good as anywhere for $1. I use red. You can use red, or you know the blue would be a beautiful light. But when you put your little candle in and light it, if you use one of those little flat candles, it'll put out that pink light. It looks really pretty. Really, really pretty. You know, it's just a fun thing. Use what you've got, use your imagination, and use throwaways. That's what this is. It's just a throwaway. This is something that cannot be used again, can't be recorded on again, and what do we do with them? We throw them in the trash. So this is really the art of crafting, is making something out of nothing. This is Daryl Jeter. You know I've enjoyed this. I really have. We've made a candle holder. We've made a toy for the grandchildren to play with. And we've made a coaster. Have any questions, or just get in touch with me. I'd be glad to share whatever I know or hope I know. Hope I know. And help you where you can enjoy your, you know, that's all this is about. Enjoy the grandchildren. Just enjoy the grandkids. Just, you know, I can remember we had that kaleidoscope, and we'd hold that thing up and turn it and look at all those colors. Well, that's the way this is. When you turn it, all those colors on that side. That's the way it does. I can't, of course, I know you can't see it. But all those colors just run together. It's just like that old kaleidoscope. Way up and out to the floor. And the beads on the other side, they look like they're going and you know, to a child, that's fun. And this, like I say, good for parties, weddings, just family get together. Something to do with the grandchildren. You know, really, a grandchild could make this. You could sit down with your grandchildren and, you know, sometimes we're looking for things to do that's just fun things to enjoy with the grandkids. And, you know, if you have a grandchild that's 6 or 8 or, you know, make one with them. Make one with them. You say, well, I'm not sure that I want my grandchild to have a candle. Well, don't put a candle in it. Put some silk flowers in it. Put some, maybe a picture in it, or some silk flowers, or, you know, really, silk flowers would be pretty on the grandchild's dresser. They'd make a nice little holder, you know, for a grandchild. They'd enjoy that. So that's something to think about. And this is Daryl Jeter. We are slap dab every bit out of time. I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. And I hope you'll tune us in again next Monday. Be sure and watch the Jeter Family Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Tune us in again next Monday at 7 for Daryl's Little Corner. May God bless.
At Sism's Electrical and Plumbing, we do residential, commercial, and industrial. There's no job too big or too small, and we provide 24-hour emergency service. Contact us at 662-993-8965 or 662-587-2968. That's Sism.
Having financial difficulties and don't know where to turn? Call your friends at Capital Loans, 1322 City Avenue North in Ripley. Capital Loan offers the all-exclusive 30-day loan. Pay back in 30 days and keep your interest costs low. We offer monthly installment loans. With your financial situation, we can help. Come by or call Capital Loans today at 1322 City Avenue North, 837-9193. Capital Loans, best money in town.
Did you know that 97% of all customers, your potential customers, go to an online site before making a purchase? Now, if these potential customers can't find your business name, you're missing out on a huge chunk of the purchasing market. What you need is a customized mix of mobile, social media, and resource solutions. What you need is DixieNet for outstanding web hosting and web design. You'll be in the driver's seat with an all-new user-friendly control panel. With a website from DixieNet, you can update new products or services, showcase special events, and advise your current or potential customers as to what's happening. Whether you're a big business or a small one, need a new website or need to update an existing one, call DixieNet at 800-918-9023. That's 800-918-9023. DixieNet, bringing the world to your hometown.
Come visit your local Food Giant grocery store. We have a wide variety of meats, produce, and deli entrees, all at discount prices.
When I realized that I had to go into a nursing home, I wanted to choose one that was clean and had a staff that could give me personal attention, and that is why I chose Rest Haven.
At Rest Haven Health and Rehab, we want our residents to feel at home and welcome. That's why we like to do home-like environment, and they get 24-hour nursing care.
This is my second trip to Rest Haven, and that was by choice. It is far better than any nursing home you'll find in the tri-state area. The staff, nurses, none better. So if I had another chance to go to a nursing home, it will be right here at Rest Haven.